What's up YouTube? On this episode of Coddiwomple Overland, we're going to be exploring the Collegiate Peaks Wilderness and the Pike National Forest. Coddiwomple Overland is proudly powered by Cummins Off-road, where you can completely outfit your vehicle and still retain their lifetime powertrain warranty. We are also brought to you in part by Overland Vehicle Systems, Trail Rated Coffee, Skinny Guy Campers, and more Expo. Also, if you're looking for some of our merch, make sure and check out shop.overlandapparel.com. When we left you on the last episode, we had set up camp at a National Forest Service campground along the Taylor River. After visiting with the neighboring deer, we had some French toast and eggs for breakfast. We couldn't do breakfast without some awesome trail-rated coffee. Once breakfast was over, we packed up and headed out. Soon after leaving camp, we found our way on Spring Creek Road, heading north, and this was going to take us toward the Collegiate Peaks Wilderness. This is not a difficult road at all, but I tell you, the views were absolutely amazing. As you make your way up out of the steep slopes of the canyon, you find yourself into more wide open valleys, and this was some of the most picturesque stuff that we had seen so far. It was truly Colorado. Now, what would the perfect trout stream be without having some remnants of cabins of the years gone by right beside it? This old homestead and the setting that it was in was just so cool that we had to stop and look around and just kind of imagine what it would have been like to have lived here 100 to 150 years ago. That wasn't the only homestead along this canyon. There were multiple other home sites along this beautiful, beautiful valley. As we made our way higher in elevation, we started to see some snow peaks off in the distance and even a little bit of snow close to where we were. But this time we had made it up to almost 10,000 feet and found the upper headwaters of the Taylor River. We followed along the Taylor River looking off at the Whitecap Mountains to our left. We would ultimately end up at the Taylor Park Reservoir. The Taylor Park Reservoir was constructed in 1937, and this area now offers a huge amount of off-road recreation, fishing recreation, and camping. Not far from the reservoir, you can hit Blacktop and make your way across the Cottonwood Pass. We normally would have tried one of the off-road passes like Pearl Pass or Tin Cup, but both of those were still snowed over, so this was our only way across the Continental Divide. The Cottonwood Pass sits a little over 12,000 feet, and its views did not disappoint, and we still got to see some snow. On the way down from the pass, the road follows a beautiful mountain stream. We couldn't help but stop, take a break, check it out, and even put our toes in it.
It's like tent city right up here.
So we made it through Buena Vista. We headed southeast. We wanted to get into the San Isabel National Forest tonight. We decided to take Bald Mountain Road up to Aspen Ridge. This is a very cool trail if you ever get out that way. It's apparently pretty popular with ATVs and side-by-sides, and I can see why.
Are these cottonwood trees? What are these? Huh?
These are cottonwoods.
They're huge.
As we made it up onto Aspen Ridge, we started heading south. We started also looking for camp as the shadows were starting to get longer. Go to that mine and have an open spot.
Where it's still.
We really wasn't sure what kind of campsite we were going to find for the night, but then we stumbled across this huge open valley that headed toward the west and gave you a perfect view of several 14,000-foot peaks. We set up camp pretty quick in anticipation to be able to watch the sunset over the mountains to our west. After dinner, we all hung around and watched the beautiful end to a great day. We woke up the next morning to find the sun peeking over Aspen Ridge and highlighting the beautiful Mount Chavano. After an incredible sunrise and breakfast, it was time to head east. When I think of Colorado, I think of two different landscapes. The first one is the aspen trees and the steep, majestic mountains. The second landscape is the wide open range. As we made it up over Calumet Mountain, that's exactly what we found. This valley at over 9,000 feet was truly breathtaking. This time we had the 11-mile Reservoir Canyon in our sights in the distance. Decided that was the perfect place to have lunch. After a great lunch and a much enjoyed break here at the lake, we went around to the east side before making our way into the Pike National Forest. As soon as we could find one, we hopped off onto a Forest Service road and started exploring. This trail was very cool and had a lot of different campsites on it. It's obviously used a lot by campers visiting the 11-mile reservoir. The map shows this trail connecting into another Forest Service road in two different ways, and I can tell you through our exploration that that is not the fact. Well, no, don't this suck?
I don't know if you guys have been trying to get a hold of us, but somehow we got on the wrong channel.
Yeah, we thought you were just ignoring us.
Oh, we were talking at you. Hey, how's that thing riding and driving?
That's
good so far. Yeah, Josh said, are you sure we're on the right channel? There's been a lot of radio
You're
silence
gonna have to go
lately.
up to there and come over.
Yeah, that's where we went. Well, the rest of this trail's closed, so we're going to have to go all the way back out to the blacktop.
Oh, that's it.
Really happy. Not this side.
We're within about 3/4 of a mile connecting to another road too. After leaving the 11-mile canyon, we hit blacktop for just a little bit before making our way on northeast into the Pike National Forest.
Goose Creek or something? Sheep Rock Trailhead.
The Pike National Forest offered another completely different type of terrain, and if you look way off into the distance there, you can actually see Pikes Peak. As the sun started to dip behind the mountaintops, we started looking for camp. There were, however, a few things that we hadn't taken into account. We were getting closer and closer to Denver. It was the weekend, so what we were finding was all of the dispersed sites were full, and even the formal campsites were also full. We did find a couple pull-offs along this stream, but they didn't really look like established campsites. And there was a prediction of heavy rain in the further portions of this canyon, so the possibility of flash floods was real, and we decided to keep moving on. Our search for camp would end up with us being in Denver and getting a motel for the night. Staying at the motel that night turned out not to be so bad, as we were going to meet with Chris from Trail Rated Coffee the next morning for breakfast. After eating breakfast and spending some time with Chris, we decided to hit some trails just north of Denver, but you're going to have to wait till the next episode to see that adventure. We hope you're liking it so far, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, see ya.